With the spooky season fully underway, you might be scrolling through your streaming services looking for the best horror films to watch this Halloween. Well, the self-proclaimed mobile TV and internet experts over at UK company Broadband Choices are way ahead of you, as they recently announced the results of their Science of Scare project that aimed to identify the scariest movies ever made.
They're here.
Using heart rate monitors and a group of willing tributes, they determined the 10 most frightening movies of all time, at least according to one particularly interesting metric. To do some scary movie science, the broadband company counted on the fact that nothing gets your heart rate up like a huge dose of fear. They attached to 50 people heart rate monitors, sat them in a room, and showed them some of the best-rated horror films, sourced from critics' lists and Reddit discussions, and screening in 5.1 surround sound to really hammer home the spooks. In all, the 50-person panel consumed over 120 hours of the best horror movies, while their heart rate monitors measured which movies got their blood pumping the most to find the ultimate horror movie and crown the king of Fright Night. The creator of the study, Daniel Clifford, explained in more detail why the study was carried out. With more people than ever facing a Halloween at home, our Science of Scare study was designed to help people find the most scientifically scary films ever made, to save them the time of searching through thousands of titles across streaming services like Amazon, Netflix, and Shudder. While the study sample size was small and scariness truly is in the eye of the beholder, the results of the Science of Scare study offer some fun insight into the most horrifying films in history. In 10th place is The Visit, the 2015 found-footage horror flick from director and co-producer M. Night Shyamalan that sees a brother and sister visiting their eccentric grandparents who aren't at all who they seem. Writer-director Neil Marshall's The Descent, about a group of women who become trapped inside a cave system and must fight for their survival, came in 9th place, with Jennifer Kent's terrifying directorial debut The Babadook landing in 8th place. James Wan's The Conjuring 2 and David Robert Mitchell's It Follows, regarded as one of the best and most inventive horror movies in recent memory, occupy spots 7 and 6 on the Science of Scare studies list, with the found-footage film that kicked the genre into overdrive, Paranormal Activity, coming in 5th position. Hereditary, the jaw-dropping 2018 horror flick from writer-director Ari Aster that made everyone look at telephone poles differently, is the 4th scariest movie of all time according to the study. And in 3rd is the original Conjuring movie directed by Wan. In 2nd place is yet another Wan feature, Insidious, which had the biggest jump scare of all the films shown during the study, as determined by the highest heart rate spike of the group at 133 beats per minute. And finally, coming in at the top of the list, the scariest movie ever made according to the Broadband Choices study is 2012's Sinister. From Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson, Sinister stars Ethan Hawke as a true crime writer who finds footage of disturbing murders in the attic of his new home. The film truly got viewers' hearts racing, with the average heart rate amongst the 50 participants reaching 86 beats per minute, 32% higher than their average resting heart rate of 65 beats per minute. Insidious and Sinister producer Jason Blum once teased that there may be a crossover between the two films in the future, which, considering that they're both at the top of this list, has the potential to be truly terrifying, assuming it doesn't mimic the disappointing second chapter that was Sinister 2. Interestingly, almost all of the films that made the top 10 were released in the year since Insidious upended the horror movie genre in 2011. And in an impressive coup, James Wan directed 3 of these top 10 scariest films: Insidious, The Conjuring, and The Conjuring 2, clearly securing his reputation as a horror master. If you're a fan of horror but want to watch something a bit less terrifying than one of the top 10 scariest movies ever made, the people behind this study have your back. In spots 11 through 20 are some true horror gems: The Ring, A Quiet Place, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 28 Days Later, The Exorcist, Hush, It, and Scream. If that wasn't enough, the company also shared a section for the best of the rest, which includes the likes of The Witch, The Blair Witch Project, Alien, The Thing, Poltergeist, and The Shining. Taken all together, it's a pretty comprehensive list, though genre fans will of course feel free to argue about which movie deserves or doesn't deserve the top spot. Rankings aside, whether you're looking for something new or something old school, there's bound to be something in this selection that makes you want to scream, in a good way. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about the scariest movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.